All right, Wayne Allyn with the great Bill O'Reilly. Bill, welcome to the show. Hope you had a great weekend.
Everything worked out pretty well this weekend, Wayne. Thank you.
Well, I can't say the same for Governor Ralph Northam. It was not a good weekend for Ralph.
No.
What do you think he should do? Should he be resigning? I think it's probably time to resign when the entire Democratic Party is demanding your resignation, right?
Yeah, he can't govern the Commonwealth of Virginia anymore. In this day and age, if you fool around with Ku Klux Klan garb or blackface, even if you were 3 years old, that automatically disqualifies you from public office. I mean, I guess you could debate that kind of thing, but the reality is the governor of Virginia can't really sustain his power anymore. So he's out.
All right, he's out. I agree with you. He's got no choice. But what really is getting overshadowed with the racism and the KKK and the blackface from his past is his comments the day before all that broke about extreme abortion, not even third trimester, not even moment of birth, but after moment of birth. I never thought I'd live to hear anything like this casually coming out of the mouth of a liberal politician. Amazing, right?
It is, and it led directly to his demise. I mean, we've been investigating it, and what we think happened is that people who went to medical school with the governor were so outraged by his support of infanticide, which is what it is, they leaked this stuff. Apparently, the governor did all his shenanigans when he was in medical school, which is far, worse than if you did it in high school or whatever. So because he is so extreme in his view of the life of a baby, these people who went to school with him and knew that what he had done leaked it to the press, leaked it to a website. And so he's done. It's interesting when I wrote, as you know, Killing the SS, and the Third Reich had a policy called T14. And the policy said that in Germany, under Hitler, the doctors were able to commit infanticide. It was permitted if the baby was born deformed or, non-Aryan or whatever it might have been, that physicians, German physicians, could take the life of the born baby. I don't know the difference between T14 and what the governor of Virginia was advocating for his state. Now, remember, that law was voted down in Virginia, not like here in New York where it was upheld. In Virginia, they've tabled the law. They couldn't get the support in the legislature for it. So that's not going to happen down there, at least now. But what's the difference between Hitler T14 and what's happened here in America?
I don't think anything. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, the reason it got killed and tabled in Virginia is because of the press last week, because of Northam, and because of all the bad press, right?
But Virginia's a different state than New York. In Virginia, there's a very powerful conservative movement in the central and western part of the state in particular. And it's not a slam dunk. New York is, like California, a one-party state. There's no Republican power at all here. So the Democrats, to their shame, ram this anti-baby bill through, and that's what it is. Let's be honest here. That's what it is. All right, and then they applauded the governor who signed it. So, you don't have any counterbalance here in New York. You don't have any counterbalance in California. But in Virginia, you do. And that's what happened there.
Now, just to educate you, Virginia's situation, Bill, is just like my home state of Nevada. We're right next to California. California is like 6 million to 3 million in the voting, Democrat versus Republican. It's landslide. Nevada just lost every single race in the state to Democrats, but every one of them was lost like 485 to 455.
Yeah.
So there's a huge conservative presence. We're just losing. That's all.
Well, the problem in Nevada are the labor unions. All right, so Nevada is a service state.
Correct.
In Vegas and Reno, all right, and Carson City, and got legalized gambling there. So the unions control the legalized gambling, and the employees are basically doing what the unions tell them to do. That's what's happening in your state.
And the employees are predominantly illegal alien, by the way, don't even speak English, and are bused to the polls on Election Day, 150,000 from the Strip, with a sheet in their hand that lists how they should vote in Spanish. That's what happens every single 2 years in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's what's going on. And we used to be able to beat them and overcome it, and now we're not beating them and we're not overcoming it. So it's a scary situation for the future of America, because what happens in Nevada, what happens in Vegas, is about to happen everywhere. Trust me. Let's talk about Newsmax's State of the Union coverage. You're going to be a central part of it, the centerpiece of it. What do you hope to hear from the president tomorrow night? And should he play nice or should he be vicious?
Well, we know that he's going to appeal for unity, national unity, so I guess you could call that playing nice. This is a kickoff to his campaign, this speech. I was with the president this weekend. I flew down to Florida with him on Air Force One. I'll be telling everybody about that on BillO'Reilly.com, why I was on the plane, what happened on the plane, all of that. And I was talking to the speechwriters, and I know where they're going. He's going to be strong on the wall. You're going to say we need it, national security, I'm going to get it. But the rest of the speech is going to be how good the economy is, how everybody's benefiting, how we should all come together and stop all this rancor, word of the day. So that's what I think we can expect to hear tomorrow night.
Yeah, because great economic news on Friday. So good that if it was a Obama Democratic president with 306,000 new jobs, great manufacturing numbers, great wage increase numbers, it would be all anybody talked about on the evening news, and I didn't hear anything about it. Fantastic. Trump economy is exploding. It's in a second gear. Nobody imagined this. So he should stress that in the speech. Last question. Will he or will he not declare a national security emergency in that speech, or will he just threaten that he still might do it? Will he actually do it in that speech?
On the 15th of February, I believe he will. I don't see a compromise coming down. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe they'll compromise somewhat. But if they don't, I believe the president will declare a state of emergency. Could be wrong, but I think he will.
And I think it'll be great.
I don't know if it'll be great.
I hope you're right, because I think it's got to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he can't go into the campaign without some funding for the wall. He can't.
Correct. All right, Bill O'Reilly, Killing the SS, the great book by the great man. What is it, 17, 18 million copies in print of all your killing series?
Yeah, 17 million copies in print and moving up.
You're amazing. Magic man. Bill O'Reilly, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Wayne.